Hello, everyone. We want to start by congratulating you on all of your hard work this year. Getting to Globals is a huge accomplishment, and we can't wait to celebrate with you in Kansas City. I'm Jenna Caputo,
And I'm Johanna Nicola.
and we are your This or That International Challenge Masters, or ICMs for short. We'll be wearing green shirts at Global Finals, and we're happy to answer any questions you have, so don't hesitate to reach out or stop by. So here's our plan for the session. In addition to introducing ourselves as a resource for you, we will walk you through some challenge highlights and potential points of confusion, specifically with the binary device and the story. We'll tell you about the impact wall, which is an exhibit that you'll help us create. And finally, we'll talk through the flow of our presentation sites to help you visualize what you can expect.
Okay, so let's dive in with some challenge highlights. We're so excited to see the stories your teams will present. As you know, the team story will include a critical choice, two potential outcomes to consider, a complication, and whatever else the team can dream up. Today, we want to focus for a moment on the requirements about how the team includes or integrates information about the project they completed into their presentation. We can't wait to learn more about the fantastic projects and hard works that your teams have put in this year. And sections 2A8 through 2A10 lay out the different kinds of project information that your team will include or integrate into the presentation in whatever way that you choose. We want to highlight that teams should pay attention to the different types of project information that they will include, as described in 2A8 through 10, with the related scoring described in VA6 through 9. It's helpful to know what the team is trying to integrate about these different specific aspects of the project. And so teams should try to clearly identify those items on the tournament data form in questions 2, 3, 4, and 5. If your team has any questions about what these specific aspects of their project are, they should refer back to the definitions. So section 1B2 for the project goals, 1B3 for the project decision points, and 1C for the project evaluation. While we are talking about integrating information about the project decision points, we also wanted to highlight one other aspect of the team solution. We noticed that some teams have been a bit confused between the project decision point, which is part of the team's project that they completed, and the critical choice, which is something characters in the team's story must make. You can find the definition for the project decision points in the project section, so in 1B3 and 1B4, and for the critical choice, it's described in the beginning of the story section in 2A1, with details to follow about the related potential outcomes and complication in the story. While the team needs to include a critical choice in the story, and also needs to integrate information about their project decision points, it is completely up to the teams whether or not these two things, the project decision point and the critical choice, are related in any way or not. Regardless of what the team has decided about whether or how they are related, they should be sure to describe both on the tournament data form in question 3 for the project decision point and questions 6 through 8 for the story's critical choice and related items. Okay, I'll turn it back to Jenna for the next highlight.
Thanks, Johanna. Now let's talk about the binary device. Section 2B of the challenge asks teams to design and create a binary device that uses technical methods to complete two different tasks during the presentation. The tasks must begin at the same time and from the same initiation and/or starting point. So let's break down what that means. There are three ways for tasks to start at the same initiation and/or starting point. The first way is that the tasks begin from the same initiation, but not the same starting point. The second way is that the tasks begin from the same starting point, but not the same initiation. Or the third way is that the tasks begin from the same starting point and the same initiation. Regardless of which of these options your team chooses, the tasks must begin at the same time. Keep in mind that starting point and initiation are not defined in the challenge, so anything that could be considered the same starting point or the same initiation qualifies. In addition, your team should use technical methods for the binary device as described in 2B2. Your team can decide how different those technical methods are, but if the technical methods used for tasks are too similar, then your scores for technical design and technical innovation of the binary device may be affected. So let's talk about the scoring for the binary device. Your team will be scored on technical design, technical innovation, and the theatrical effect of the binary device. Remember, technical design is the result of a plan for carrying out or accomplishing a task, and a high-quality design shows careful planning and is efficient, effective, and reliable. Technical innovation shows how new, unique, original, or creative the methods are for carrying out or accomplishing a task. Even if your binary device doesn't operate successfully, your team can still earn points across all three categories for any methods used. It just may impact your score for technical design. Of course, we want to be sure that we see your technical device in action, so be sure that your device can be seen and or heard from 25 feet away. Now I'll turn it back to Johanna to talk about what to expect at the This or That sites in Kansas City.
Thanks, Jenna. Now that we've talked through the challenge and key points to remember for the team's presentation, we want to step back and celebrate again all the amazing work that your teams have accomplished this year. In the Service Learning Challenge, we have a special tradition at Global Finals of creating an impact wall each year that lets teams celebrate what they're most proud of about the projects they carried out this year. We don't score the success of teams' project as part of the challenge scoring process, but we know how much heart and effort teams put into their projects. So we use this impact wall as one way to share and celebrate that work. When your team arrives in pre-prep, while they wait to move into the prep area, they will have the opportunity to draw or write whatever they think best represents some impact that their project had on a community or the world. We'll provide the markers and paper, and we'll add the team's impact paper to the impact wall posted in the hallway where everyone can see. On the screen is an example of an impact wall from a prior year. This is a no stress and optional activity, no need to do anything in advance. We've found that teams love having their impact on display and seeing what other teams' projects were about. And we hope your team will love it this year as well. So on the screen now is the site flow diagram for the middle level service learning site. I'm going to talk through this one, and then we'll talk through the other site. This is going to be in 2502B. So in red on this diagram, there's information about the flow that teams will follow from pre-prep in the lobby, then to prep down near the back entrance to 2502B, and then going through a door to get to the launch area and presentation site, and then exiting back out into the hallway. And so what I want to share on this diagram that wasn't in the letter, there's an orange box and a blue box, and these are just showing a little bit more about what it's going to look like in the room. So the orange rectangle is approximately where the teams will be presenting. So the launch area is going to be right after they come through the door. And then the blue rectangle is representing where the audience will be seated. The blue arrow points at where the audience is going to come in and out. And you'll notice it's the same place that the teams are going to be exiting from. So everyone will have to use some grace and patience as we make sure teams are able to exit while audiences are trying to get in for the next presentation. And then I will talk through as well what's going to happen at the elementary, secondary, university level site for this or that. So like on the other diagram, you see in red arrows what the team's flow is going to look like. So they will start in the pre-prep area, and that's where they'll be working on their impact wall, in addition to checking to make sure they have all their paperwork. They'll come into 2504B for the prep area, and they will need to go through one door to get into the prep area in this case. And then when they move into the presentation area, they will go into 2504A, again, going through a door. The launch area will be just inside that door once they go through. Orange rectangle, again, shows approximately where they'll be presenting from. And the blue rectangle shows where the audience will be. As at the other site, the team exit shown by the red arrow is the same place as the audience entrance exit, the blue arrow. So again, we'll do some traffic flow management, and everybody, I'm sure, will be gracious and patient with each other. So those are the two sites. And with that, we would like to congratulate you again. We hope this video has helped you know what to expect at the This or That service learning sites. We send a huge congratulations to all the teams who will be competing, and a heartfelt thank you to all of the team managers who have supported your teams to thrive. Like Jenna said at the start, look for us in our green shirts and don't hesitate to say hello or ask us any questions if you see us in the hallways.
We look forward to seeing you in Kansas City and to celebrating all the team's hard work. See you soon.